Here we are, Mission San Antonio de la something, I don't remember. Established, I think, 1771 by Father Junipero Serra. So, as usual, wherever I go, there's a family with nasty kids. There just came two people with two kids yelling from all over there on the road. So I had to hurry up and go in front of them. I cannot listen to the whining voice of the kids and parents correcting them all the time. Hey, I was a kid. We were not like this. What's in your food today? What's in that cornflakes that they feed you that make them like that? Look at them. I came yesterday, I'm in RV traveling. So I stayed somewhere over there by the Holland Road. Then
you camped or you?
Well, I just stayed there.
Okay.
And then the police came at 2 a.m.
Oh.
That's the military land, you had to move. Okay, I see.
Oh, sorry, hi.
All right, so what do we have here?
So, this is our gift shop.
Yeah.
Our museum goes down that way. All the lights are automatic except for the wine cellar has a wall switch. And to go into the church, you go outside and to your right. Through this.
Oh, that way.
Yes,
okay.
through this way into the rose. There's lots of information and everything.
Nice. All right. So local tribe was Salinan Indians, or just locals. So this is museum part, showing some models, and it's hard to have anything original because most of it was destroyed after Mexican secularization, and they sold the properties. This one was Pio Pico governor tried to sell it. Nobody made a bid, so it was just sitting there and rotting. Then later, 1963, when US took over, they returned it to Catholic Church. The mission was built in July 14, established July 14, 1771. So like a week ago, there was a birth date. As most of them in the beginning, this was number 3, founded by Junipero Serra. Mission is dedicated to Saint Anthony of Padua. Saint Anthony was born in 1195, 12th century, in Lisbon, Portugal, and he's the patron of the poor. So here's one of the small rooms. You sit there, read your Bible. The bed is very primitive, extremely. The door bolt. This is how you lock your door. This is how the West was won. Spencer rifles. That's before the Winchester came up. This was caliber 5650. Rimfire repeater with tube magazine in butt. So that was revolutionary in those days, that you can fire more than one shot. Oh, here's the Henry rifle. They were also Henry, Spencer, and Winchester later when it came here. Some Remington military type revolver, and the Remington, that was the arm popular before the Colt came out. Used mostly in Civil War. So here's some old-fashioned guns, pistols, firing only one bullet. That probably came from Spain. Blunderbuss. That's interesting weapon. And muzzle-loading shotgun. So this one can fire two. And the regular one-shot gun. This is something older. You can see that it's rusted, bayonet, and no, it's not Clint Eastwood. So here's the kitchen. This is probably something restored. Oh, nice dried peppers on a string. Serving plates. Oh. And some furniture. Looks old, but it doesn't have to be. It's not from 1700. You can see it's not. So in the days when mission was prospering, there was over 1,600 native Indians living on a mission ground, working on taking care of cattle, working in the fields, producing, learning trades. But with Mexican secularization in 1800, whatever, 44, 36, I don't remember dates, they all left, and that number went down to 150 only. So this mission, like all in this area, they're producing wine, good grapes. This is where the wine was, grapes were crushed, and the juice was coming out of that hole to the drain, going down into barrels in the cellar. So this is a higher level so that it can flow down. So the grape was carried up. And that's where the grape goes and flows down, the juice, and all the way down to the cellar in the barrels. So from over there it goes down, and there's the cellar steps. So there would be the barrels to pick all that fancy wine. It's hard to see here, but I'm in a cellar. You can see some barrels. There's no light here, so can't help you. Here's the brand, kettle brand for the mission. You can see letter A and maybe letter P, I'm not sure. But kettle brands of California, here's the shape and counts for the cattle they had. It's amazing numbers. San Diego, 8,000 cattle. San Luis Rey, 26,000. San Juan Capistrano, 10,000. San Gabriel Archangel in LA, 20,000. Those are numbers. And you needed hundreds of people. That's why they had like 1,500 Indians to take care of it. And yep, I think that must be AP. That's the brand. So here are some samples. San Juan Capistrano, San Buenaventura, San Rafael Archangel, San Francisco Flores. Well, it's simple, letter F. Nuestra Sierra de Soledad. That's the cross. San Luis Obispo is just S. San Jose is J. Santa Ynez, something weird, A, or whatever is in design. Santa Barbara, it's like, I don't know what it is. San Diego is SD. San Luis Rey de Francia. San Fernando has number 4. Huh. San Carlos Bartolomeo de... and La Purissima Conception. What are those 2 rings? So that was the museum. Going to see the church now. So the way to the garden and entrance to church. Similar pattern that we already saw everywhere. Fountain in the middle. All these homes for people and workshops. Well, actually, people didn't live in this. Those are mostly like workshops and Indians. You cannot put 1,500 in the middle of this. They lived outside, probably in tents. Very poor conditions. And that's what one of the complaints, that many of them died just because of overcrowding the mission with so many people that it was impossible to prevent any disease to spread. So that was really a big problem, and many died. So this is the entrance to the church. I'm not sure if the church is still working. There's a sundial clock, fountain, and this very interesting piece, all carved in wood. Really good job, whoever did it. Marvelous job. Wood is falling apart probably, but it's gonna be still here for a while. This is... even details on the face. I'm amazed. I'm not some expert, but I know I won't be able to do it. And with standard 14 stages of cross, 7 pictures and 7 crosses on each wall. And there's always a little extra chapel for individual prayers. Oh, this is for baptism. The bronze bell in the center is the first bell made for the mission in California. It is 500 pounds heavy, and usually bells were donated by king, made in Spain, and carried over the sea. This is the first one made ever in California. Here's the olive tree planted by Padres about 1836. So it's almost 200 years old. Good olives and good virgin oil from them. I think there may be specialists for that. it has been claimed by experts that the mission olive as well as the mission grape has not been identified with any of the varieties now cultivated in Europe. Olive seeds were brought by the Padres to the mission as early as 1769. 30 years later, olive culture at the mission was an assured success. So there was no olives in this area before they came and did this.